everyone, welcome back to Drawn by Annie channel. This is me, Annie, and I will be drawing for you today. Grab your tea, coffee and snacks and let's dive into today's video. So today I wanted to finish one of the spreads on my little sketchbook that has been started some time ago. If you stuck around my channel for a while, you might have already seen the other video that featured the drawing of a honey peach cupcake. And here is the second page of the same very spread, but as you can see, it's a little bit ruined because I used some alcohol-based markers on the other side of the page and it bled through, and since the pages aren't as thick, it can be seen very clearly right here, but this is not gonna stop me. Now I have a nice medium in my arsenal that can easily cover up bled through pages like that, so I'm gonna use this chance and practice drawing with acrylic paint pens and have some fun with this new medium that I am still learning, by the way. So as you can see, I have already sketched out a little swirl that I'm going to use as a guideline to draw the actual Cinnabon. And this little swirl is actually enough for me to start the painting process. So I'm going to cover the rest of the page with the background color, and I'm going to use a color that is not very popular in my usual drawings, which is like turquoise dark green sort of a color. And at some point you can see that my Cinnabon has a little eyes because these are actually the bled through eye color from the Agatha's drawing that is also on my channel if you want to check that out. By the way, I would really appreciate that. And so as soon as I'm done covering the angles of the page, I am going to fill the lightest color for the Cinnabon itself and land some lightest yellow color that I have, and then work layers from there on with the darker colors, darker hues to add some volume, texture, fluffiness and interest to the eye. I'm going to use some orange colors, brownish colors and etc. And I'm also going to put a little decorations on top of my bun, which is going to be some pecan nuts. So my Cinnabon is actually something in between a cinnamon roll and sticky pecan bun. Top 3 sweetest and nicest buns out there, in my opinion, of course. I'm still relatively new in drawing some food stuff and also using the acrylic paint, so with this drawing I kind of wanted to learn something new and also give myself a little slack because if nothing is going to work out, it's okay, and I just wanted to kind of work on something that is not going to stress me out. And believe me, usually when I draw I take everything so very seriously, even though I try not to, but still I am trying to do my best in every drawing that I'm drawing, and when I don't get the result that I intend, it's kind of frustrating, but still it kind of teaches me something new and it gives me some experience and techniques that I practiced, and maybe later on in some other drawing or other type of drawing I can actually use the same technique, and now suddenly I have some experience using it, even though with the previous drawing I wasn't so satisfied. So every drawing and every attempt of drawing I consider a great experience, even if result is not very satisfying for me. But oftentimes when I'm showing my sketchbook to somebody, which rarely happens but sometimes it does, people usually think about some of my worst drawings. In my opinion, they think that they're very cute and they are very good. They just see it differently. So I'm like, okay, if it exists, then somebody probably will like it out there, and let it just be. That's my go-to motto. Just let it be. While working on this drawing, I actually was thinking about the job that I had back in my home country, and I was very happy when I was working there. It was actually a cafe work, which actually did bring me a lot of joy, and the colleagues that I had in my team, it was very nice to work with them, and everybody was so nice and fun to be around. And I remember there were also some sticky pecan buns there, and they were made fresh every day, and if some of them weren't and salt, which was not usually the case because they're so good. But even if there was a little bun that was either too small or like not very pretty looking, sometimes that happened, we as workers could either share them or eat them if nobody else wanted. And it was the tastiest little bun that I've ever tried, to be honest. I still remember the taste and the smell from the kitchen when they were being made. Oh my god, it was such a heaven. And to be honest, at some point when I started working in the cafe for the first like 2-3 months, I ate these buns so often that I gained a few kilograms. So I had to at some point stop myself and like, okay, that's enough. I know, I understand, it's very good, it's very tasty, but I should stop doing it. And also that was the time I started going to gym, so yeah, I kind of lost everything back not so long afterwards. But still, if you eat too many sweet stuff, you become overweight really fast. You cannot even imagine how fast you can do that. At least for me, that's true. Like, I must be very careful with eating some sweet stuff because I easily overeat and it's hard for me to control my sweet tooth. And when I was a small kid, I liked to eat a lot of sweet stuff, and maybe that's why I was so energetic all the time, like a little battery that runs over everywhere and has energy non-stop. But I was also walking like a lot because there was nothing much to do anyway, so me and my friends, we were just walking around the city and having fun and hanging out and everything like that. I guess everything just burnt off from these long walks. But as I was growing older, I wasn't walking that much anymore because I had to study more. That meant less free time, that meant less walking, and that meant that I had to eat also less. So yeah, I had to make some adjustments. But the habit of eating sweet kind of stuck around for a while. And it still sticks with me. Help me. I'm trying my best to fight this, but sometimes I'm losing this war. But at least I can draw sweet stuff without gaining any extra cells on my body. And also having a treat now and then, it's also totally fine. Since we moved, I don't think I ever had any sticky pecan bun anymore because I don't know if there are any places that sell this kind of stuff. I have only seen a Cinnabons in a Cinnabon cafe. And hence that's why this bun looks kind of a hybrid between two of them. So I could practice drawing nuts and bun and the glaze on top because I love drawing food, especially sweet food, because it just looks cute. I cannot help myself. I just like the way that desserts look. Like literally sometimes I'm walking around the mall or I'm passing by some cafe and they have this nice showcase of the desserts that they have available, or buns or whatever pastries that they offer, and they all look so incredible. And it just inspires me to draw it. Sometimes I'm taking stuff just to make a cute picture and then draw from this picture as a reference, and then of course enjoy eating it. But the main reason of buying some sort of stuff is usually to actually make art of it. Am I the only one who does that? Please tell me I'm not alone. Like, I remember one time I was walking around the mall. I was running some errands and I also needed to buy something from another place, and I became hungry during this day and decided to sit in a cafe and have a snack with my coffee. And I saw a nice banner showcasing a cute bun, and I really wanted to try it because it looked very appetizing. So I sat in the place and they offered a nice coffee, and I also ordered like a classical bun because that's what I usually try to do, to try out the main version first and then some extraordinary ones that like have extra toppings or like a sauce or something like, you know. So as soon as they bring me the order that I made, it looked amazing and I couldn't help myself but just take out my sketchbook and start drawing. I didn't even want to ruin it because it looked perfect. So I drew it first, slowly sipping on my coffee, and then finally when the drawing was done, I started actually snacking on the bun that I ordered. It was still warm and perfect, and it was crunchy on the outside and a little bit gooey on the inside, and I think that's the bun at is coming from Malaysia, and it was something unique that I've never ever tried anything like that before. I think it was named roti bun or something like that, and it was perfect. So yeah, that's a little guilt of mine. The object for art in my sketchbook can be literally anything, anyone, or whatever that my eye finds attracting enough or my brain finds interesting enough to draw. So yeah, drawing food is always fun for me. Even though I just recently started doing it, I enjoy it a lot, and I hope you do too. I think I'm going to keep this pretty simple, and I really like how the thick liner is landing on top of the acrylic paint pen, so I'm just going to leave it like that and give it a little bit of shine with my white gel pen, and that's gonna be it for today's drawing. Thank you very much for joining me on this video. I hope you enjoyed my little drawing process and my tiny stories about buns and sweets. Let me know in the comments what is your favorite pastry. Do you like sweet or savory or salty pastry? Or perhaps you have a favorite bakery? I'm certainly going to draw more pastries because I enjoy drawing this a lot. So expect more this kind of stuff on my channel in the future. And if you enjoyed my artwork and stories, do subscribe on this channel and my other social media. I would love to have you here. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye!